Masachet Hullin, a few lines from the bottom by the Mishnah, Daf Chav Bet Amud Aleph. Kasher baturin pasul b'nei Yonah. Whatever is kasher for turtle dove korban is unacceptable for the pigeons. Kasher b'nei Yonah pasul baturin, and vice versa as well. Whatever is kasher for the pigeons is unacceptable for a turtle dove. Meaning, this is referring to age of the birds. So the turtle dove has to be older, pigeons have to be younger. Can't switch. Tilat al-sihuk bazeh bazeh pasul. When the yellowing of the turtle dove feathers or the pigeons makes it pasul by both. So therefore, the yellow means it's like an in-between stage of maturation. So as it's maturing, it changes. Being that's the case, they're both unfit. Turtles will be considered too young, and the pigeons will be considered too old. Tamaram. Turim b'tulim kishrim. Turtles, when they're mature, they're mutar. K'tirim b'tulim, when they're young, they're not acceptable. V'nei now k'tirim kishrim. The pigeons are kasher when they're young. K'tirim b'tulim, when they're older, they're not. Nimsa kasher b'turim, b'sul b'nei na, b'kasher b'nei na, kasher b'turim. Same thing. Tamaram. Turim b'tulim b'tulim. It says turtles mean the older ones, not younger ones. Shiach ola b'hadlinu, because you would have thought I have a kal chomer. Uma b'nei na shelo l'chshuru b'gdolim. Pigeons, which are not acceptable when they're older, we still can accept them when they're younger. Torim she'echshuru b'tulim, so turtles, which can't be done when they're older, and no din she'echshuru b'tulim, so for sure it should be done when they're young. Telamar, torim, that's why he mentions turtles, gedolim v'tulim, not young, only old. So now I want to go backwards. B'nei anaktim v'gdolim, young pigeons, only young, not older. Shiach ladin, because you were to get a kava chomer, not torim she'echshuru b'tulim, turtles which are not used when they're young, cheshuru b'tulim, are accepted when they're older. B'nei anash she'echshuru b'tulim, so pigeons which are used when they're young, and no din she'echshuru b'tulim, so kava chomer can be used when they're older. Talmud the pasuk says no. B'nei anah, young pigeons, k'tenim v'gdolim, only when young, not older. My Talmud, what's the hadush? How do we know that mature, the older pigeons are pasul? Rava says, "Lo lishtamet kra b'lechtov." The pasuk doesn't usually break from the standard pattern to write min b'nei hatorim or min hayona. It doesn't say from young turtles or young and from pigeons. It always says young pigeons. So in the fact it did not say it, it must be it's pasul. Ema b'nei yonah tetorah norak b'nei. Now, in the by the pigeons, the Torah does say young. Therefore, it teaches young, yes, Gilim, no, not older. But regarding turtles, Iba Gilim Laiti, Iba Gilim Laiti doesn't mention any specification, therefore you should be able to bring both. The Gemara says, Dumez B'nei. It's comparing it to pigeon, not B'nei Actin in Galo. After Gilim Galo, says no. To teach you that whatever is specified, you exclude the other one, so too here as well. It excludes the mature ones, the young ones. Timran. Yehu Kol HaTorim Yechob B'nei Kashrin. You might have that all ages of turtles and pigeons are kosher. Timran, the pasuk says, Min HaTorim, from the turtle doves, meaning we love Kol HaTorim, not all, not the young ones. Name of the young pigeons, love Kol HaTorim, not the older ones. And therefore, that intermediate stage when they get that yellowish of the feathers, that they're both pasul. Therefore, when our turtles kasher mishi zivu, once they turn completely gold. Oppositely, one of the pigeons become pasul, mishi zivu when they turn yellow. Okay, so that teaches you that they can't be baby pigeons; they have to be at least yellow. So the Gemara says, "Tanei Yaakov korha." When do pigeons become acceptable? Mishi ya'ala'u, when they ya'alu. What does that mean? أفرحا بيعلعو دم, when the blood of the body gets more absorbed into the body. And how to know that? I mean, that's when does that happen? Marabah says, "Mikishamit gadfa mineh ba'atidama." When someone pulls a feather from it and it bleeds, that means um, the blood gets absorbed into the body. If someone says, "Hare alai ola mina turim o minna benina." Someone says, "I want to bring an ola from either a turtle dove or from a young pigeon." He brought the intermediate yellow stage of both. Ma what's halachas? Do we say since it's safek, we don't know whether it's young or old. Therefore, he for sure accomplished it because he said either one, either a young pigeon or older turtle dove, and he brought both of them in safek. So if yellow means old, then he got it. If yellow means young, then he got it also. Maybe you would consider that yellow stage like a separate species, practically, a complete different entity. And therefore, he's not Yotze. Maravat Hashem bring proof. Pirat Tilat Hasiyuf Shebezah Shebezah Pasuk said not. The Torah is excluding the yellowing stages by both. Yeah, if you want to say that it's a complete different entity, it's kasher. That makes sense actually. الإله specific, we want to consider just a safek. Istrich kadam utim safeka. Does a pasuk just come to exclude a safek? The rest is the key. Istrich ka wouldn't be a pasuk. The mountain in the bab in the bat excluding a bird that was sodomized or worshipped. Why? Right. So now we're conceding the fact that the yellow stage is considered safek, and it will be kasher. We've explained what the pasuk is teaching. So now, pasuk is teaching you that if a bird is sodomized or worshipped, it's pasuk. Pasuk says when there's a corruption in the animal that was corrupted or a blemish. Standard بلا إجماع. كل ما قام شنو راح يشوفها whenever it's corrupted إنه دين إلا دvar إربا ورخيم. It refers to either عبد زراعة or sodomization. دvar إربا how we know that تكتب بس كي يشحيت كل بصار ده كل عرس by بنين by the door معبول. He mentioned that word. عبد الرحيم يعني عبد زراعة تكتب بنت شحيتون بعسيتهم لخيم بيسل refers to عبد زراعة. So كل شام بوزيبا whenever there's a mum inside of it دvar إربا عبد الرحيم بس you would have thought that also it can be pasul. So if it's a mum, like an animal has mum problems, then also it could be pasul by avodah zarah or sodomization. If there is no mum problem, like by birds, and but then it should not be able to be ruined by sodomization or avodah zarah. In birds, since they don't have mums, therefore we would think that the birds are not disqualified by these things. Therefore, the Torah does teach us that they are disqualified.